Welcome to Sports Communications, Topic 3C, Part 1, where we talk about digital and social media. So, what is digital and social media? Well, first, before we think about that, let's think about how much time we spend online. At the moment, an average of 9 hours per person per day. Now, that's not because we're stuck in front of a computer. That's because we may have our mobile with us that's internet capable, or we're on our iPad, or that we're studying in a particular environment where we've got online capability. That is likely to increase to probably 24/7. So digital media is any digitised content, so we're talking about writing, images, what we hear and what we see, that is transmitted over the internet or via local or wide area computer networks. Social media, on the other hand, are the applications that we use to interact with others. So they're either internet or they're mobile apps for sharing information between people. So Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, Bebo as it was, Instant Messenger and LinkedIn are all forms of social media. So anything where there's interactive blogging and forums where you can have conversations and discussion between people. Now there's likely to be a name shift over time. In fact, there's probably going to be two. Firstly, we're going to get a name shift to online media as opposed to offline media, and eventually then it will just become media again, because we will assume that in actual fact it's online and therefore interactive. Now interestingly, we talk about social media being quite a big deal. In actual fact, we don't spend that much of our time in the entire working day per person consuming social networking. So if we have a look at this graph, social networking, as you can see, accounts for 5% of the time we spend consuming media. So that's offline and online media. You can see the list down the right hand side of the page of exactly what we spend time doing. And interestingly, they don't include Instant Messenger as being part of social media in this particular example. Now you'll note these figures are actually about how much time we spend consuming media, not how much time we spend working. So there's 3 hours accounted for basically online content in this particular diagram. So let's have a think about what happens in an internet minute. Number 1 site is YouTube, number 2 site is Google, number 3 site is Facebook. Now, which is the whole impact of that is quite big. So there's a lot of people in the world all on Facebook at different times. And this is represented as an infographic. What happens in an internet minute. You can see YouTube, Google and Facebook as the top 3. Twitter is big, as is Flickr. LinkedIn is growing. Pandora, if you haven't heard about Pandora before, it's a music sharing software, and a range of other smaller IP sites. If you have a look in the bottom left hand corner, the future growth that's likely is large because we're going to go mobile. So today we've got about 7 billion network devices. They're saying by 2015, so we're talking 2 years' time, we're likely to have 14 billion network devices. So it's going to be a very busy world, I think. So what do we use the internet for? A whole range of things. Video, including TV. Any gaming, that includes fantasy leagues, social media, as you know, music, music sharing, writing, editing, sharing of images, blogs, commentary and news, generally how we consume it, for search, buying, email, storing stuff online and advertising. And this is a graphic by Packer showing exactly how much time we spend on each of these things as well. So banking is quite popular, needless to say.